start. Can someone please confirm if my screen is visible?
Yes.
So here it is still replicating, it is still synchronizing. So we cannot perform the failover on this one where we have RAGRS, but this account was ready, I guess, for replication. So let's see, I'll go to redundancy. Okay. So now let's prepare for the failover. You simply have to do what you have to do is you have to come here on that storage account. You have to come on to redundancy and click on prepare for flip over. Oh, sorry, failover. Is it an unplanned failover or planned failover? Right? When you call it failover, if you need to switch your primary and secondary endpoints, you can initiate a planned failover without losing the geo redundancy. When you do a planned failover, right? When you do the planned failover, तब आपकी geo redundancy ये नहीं होती, lose नहीं होती है. But this is an unplanned. When will you do unplanned, guys? When there is an outage already. If an outage renders the primary endpoint unavailable, you can initiate a failover to the secondary endpoint to rapidly restore the write access to your data. Are you guys getting it? What are we doing now? Imagine that we had our storage account over there. We have got a confirmation कि ये region down हो गया है. We are not able to access this. Is it planned or is it accidental?
It is accidental.
It is accidental. It is called incident. It is called unplanned. So I'll select unplanned. Click on failover. Failover is in progress. It won't take much time in our case because we have not we don't have much data. Still, let's see how much time it takes. Meanwhile, if you guys have any doubts, any questions related to this, please do let me know.
Sohail, so uh, when we take the GRS or ZRS, so at that time, what is the preferable thing? Taking GRS, like redundancy GRS or RAGRS?
It's not you who decides that. You as in administrator. Do you even know what kind of application user is using? Do you even know what is the nature of the application? Do
No.
you even know what kind of spectators they have, what kind of audience they have? So you can't decide that. It's your architect team who explains everything to them uh, with examples and with pricing and with case study, a thorough case study, a detailed one. What are the recommendations, etc. ये सब client के साथ already decide हो जाता है and then client takes a call on that. And ultimately you get a build sheet जिसपे already लिखा होगा कि आपको RAGRS लेना है या GRS लेना है. But if you're asking what is the normal practice, so there is no normal practice. There are no good practices because every application has different need, and based on that, they decided.
Okay.
After completion of this failover,
Hmm.
then West US will become my primary, right?
Right.
And the East US will become secondary one.
No, it will not. That is what I explained. You'll have to do that manually.
Hmm. Yeah,
Let's see.
manually. After manually.
हाँ, manually करोगे तो let's see. We'll see that.
Hmm.
Now we have initiated the failover. It is in progress. See, without any data, it is taking so much time. I hope it gets finished in next 5-10 minutes. But with data where you have large amount of data, it takes a lot of time. So while this is happening, I'll just share some screenshots with you. Or let's see if we get to see the actual one. If we don't get those options, then I will share those screenshots with you. And meanwhile, let's see if we can go ahead and check some other option. We are almost done with storage. Now, this is the last session for storage. Yes, one topic is pending, which is static website. Let's cover that quickly. It's very simple. So I will not touch this storage account now because this is being replicated. We may face some problem. Failover is in progress. I won't even be able to create something. So I'm gonna go ahead and select a new storage account or an existing one, this one, but not the one जहाँ पे मेरा ये हो रहा है failover हो रहा है, right? So I'm not touching this one. It is in progress. Let it finish. So we have one option called static website. Now, what is a static website? Static website is nothing. It's a feature of Azure storage account which allows you to host a website on your storage account. It's very simple. First, let me disable this so I can show it to you from scratch. Okay, it's done. I don't have any website here. It's a plain storage account. इफ यू वांट टू होस्ट अ वेबसाइट, वेरी सिंपल वेबसाइट, 2-4 पेजेस की वेबसाइट है जिसमें बहुत ज्यादा डेटाबेस कनेक्टिविटी एक्सेट्रा ये सब होता है, वो वेबसाइट यू कैन नॉट होस्ट ऑन स्टोरेज अकाउंट. इट्स वेरी 2 पेजर वेबसाइट टाइप अगर कुछ होता है आपका, देन यू कैन host it here. So you go to static website. By default, it is disabled. You enable it. The moment you enable it and click on save, it has been enabled. What does it say? An Azure storage container has been created. You don't have to create any container. It has created already a container. What kind of container it has created? It has created this container. Okay. Now you have to uh, click here and to update the data. Before that, you have to give the name of your index document. So it's always index.html. This is nothing which I am doing differently. हमेशा किसी वेब पेज का initial document index document ही होता है, right? इसीलिए इसको लिखा गया index document. And if it is in HTML, I'm going to name it as index.html. Now, what do I have to do? I have to go ahead and update my website data here. So click on this container. When I click on this container, I should be able to upload the files. Okay. I already had some files here, but if you want to upload some files, what will you do? You'll click here, upload the files. And here, look at this. This is my website folder. Now, who creates this? This your developer will do that. You don't have to worry, right? So click on this one. ये सारे वेबसाइट से रिलेटेड पेजेस वगैरह जो कुछ हो गया आपके यहाँ पर, वेबसाइट के जो इमेजेस है, and everything will be, these are website related images. Now how these images are called etc, वो सब यहाँ पर होता है. That is website functionality. You don't have to worry about it. Okay, so you have to come here and you simply have to upload all these files. Click here, and because I see here multiple files, index.html already here, so what I'll do, I'll click here which says overwrite the file if already exist, and I upload it, and it has uploaded the file. It's done. Now I'll go back to my this one, to my static website, and that's all you had to do. Your static website is ready. If your web page is ready, if your HTML page is ready, you just have to simply put it here. Once it is here, you will be able to access the website. It is the same link which I shared with you guys. I'll share it again. This is a different link now, but the because I had disabled that and enable it, so I'm sharing it again. But it's the same concept, same website. So can you guys click on that and let me know if you are able to access the website?
Yes, I'm able to access your website.
Yeah. That's all you have to do. इतना ही है वो आपका स्टैटिक वेबसाइट. Nothing else than this. इससे ज्यादा कुछ भी नहीं है स्टैटिक वेबसाइट में. You can't have many features etc. बहुत सारी चीजें कर भी नहीं सकते हो उसमें आप.
तो
Is this clear
यहाँ पे
guys to
जो
everyone?
जनरल वेबसाइट होता है
हम्म.
वो हम लोग अपलोड मतलब ये कर सकते हैं, होस्ट कर सकते हैं.
Yes.
तो सोहेल भाई, ये जो आपने मतलब जो ये दिया था, यूआरएल जो दिया था,
हम्म.
तो क्या हम हमारे मतलब अभी जैसे डोमेन परचेज कर रहा हूँ मैं कहीं से,
हम्म.
डोमेन नेम परचेज करूंगा, तो उसको यहाँ पे नहीं यूज कर सकता उसको, इंस्टेड ऑफ यूजिंग
Who's
दिस एजर.
sorry, who's that who's asking this question guys? I can't see.
एग्जैक्ट हियर.
Yes, Razak. Perfect question, Razak. I was expecting this. Yes. So guys, whenever you see this website, अब मैंने ये दे दिया, but have you ever seen a website, इस तरह का कोई वेबसाइट का नाम देखा है क्या आपने? जहाँ पे Z13.web core Windows. If I tell you this is my company's website, does it even look professional? चलो मैंने यहाँ यूटी क्लाउड थोड़ा सा ऐड कर दिया मेरी कंपनी का नाम डालने के लिए, बट डज इट स्टिल, इज इट लुकिंग गुड? इज इट इवन easy to remember? I want people to remember my website, right? कितना easy नाम रखते हैं लोग, amazon.com, facebook.com, innovatives नाम रखते हैं. So do you think this is a good idea to have a name like this?
No.
Right? Right. So the question here was that how do I use my own name, मेरे कंपनी का नाम जो है मैं उसको कैसे यूज करूं? राइट, जो मैंने डोमेन किसी से परचेज कर रखा है. इन माई केस इफ आई हैव परचेज दिस वन utcloud.com. सो हाउ डू आई मेक श्योर कि utcloud.com से आने वाले लोग इस वेबसाइट को यूज करें, ना कि ऑन ऑन द अदर वे अराउंड कि मैं सबको ये लिंक बांटता फिर यार, यूज दिस, दैट शुड नॉट बी द केस, राइट. So to answer this, we have one feature in Azure storage. In fact, this is not in Azure storage. This is everywhere. So let me cover this. Let me cover this one. And this applies everywhere. जहां पर भी आपको इसका feature available है, it is still, look at this. This is still working. Right? So while this is happening, we'll cover one more topic. Now the feature which we are talking about, it is called custom domain. Now, what is a custom domain? A custom domain is to any service which you are using, उस पे आपके डोमेन का, पर्टिकुलर डोमेन का नाम ऐड करना, right? That is your custom domain. So custom domain can be used in storage account. It can be used in Azure Active Directory as well. It can be used in many resources. It can be used in many resources. How do we do that? Let me show it to you. So for example, if I show you enter ID, now look at this. Now you guys, whatever you guys have been doing, have been creating this account. एक जो टेम्परेरी अकाउंट आप बनाते हो, राइट, उसमें जो आईडी आता है, यूजर आईडी आता है, हैव यू गाइस नोटिस वो कितना लंबा चौड़ा सा आता है, आपका जीमेल वगैरह वो सब आता है. सो डू यू थिंक एनी कंपनी वुड लाइक दैट? ये कंपनी का नाम तो है यूटी क्लाउड, बट मेरा यूजर आईडी का जो नाम आता है वो इतना लंबा चौड़ा सा, सुहेल खान लाइव डॉट इन एट जी मेल ऑन माइक्रोसॉफ्ट डॉट कॉम. डू यू थिंक इट्स अ गुड आइडिया, और इट्स a better presentation? No, it is not, right? तो वहां पर भी you can use custom domain. So how it looks after adding the custom domain, that I'll show you first, and then I'll show you how to add a custom domain. There's only one way to add custom domain. किसी भी यहाँ पर आप custom domain कैसे भी तरह add कर सकते हो. There's only one way. Like private endpoints, I told you, we learned it with storage, but it can be used with web app as well. It can be used with multiple services. तो private endpoint ही रहेगा. Similarly, custom domain ही रहेगा, no matter where you use it. So if you go here and check my users, few of users have my old company's name, T Soft Info Solution, right? Few of the users have the basic name, Sohail Khan to live.in on Microsoft, like you guys are getting, right? I don't want this. What I want is I want to have my company's name. So whenever I create a new user, right, whenever I create a new user, it should have my company's name. Now look at this. I can have this, I can have this, I can have this one, or I can have this. This is my company's name, so I am happy with this one. So how do I achieve this? Right? This is custom domain. This can be achieved using custom domain option, which you will find here in Active Directory. Here it is, custom domain names. So let's see. Here it is. So if I want to add a new domain name, let's say that I have purchased a new domain. What do I have here? utcloud.in.co.in. I don't see. Okay, .com is also there. Let's say I have purchased a new domain, which is utcloud2.com. This is a new domain I have purchased. So I simply have to come here, click on add. This is adding the domain. Now, this is what I get. While adding the information, this is what I get. Right? Now, where will you fetch this information, or where will you type this information? What do you think? Any guesses, guys? Yes, guys, any guess? Any guess? Random guess. This you will type, or this you will add to your domain seller. If I have purchased this domain from GoDaddy, then I log into GoDaddy. If I have purchased this domain from Big Rocks, I'll go to Big Rocks. जहां से भी domain purchase किया है, I will go over there, right? So I will go here. I will search for my domains. मेरे जो domain है, I'll search for that domain. So if I go ahead and check my domains, I think my domain is expired now. So I will not be able to create it, but let me see again. You should have little bit of understanding of DNS to understand this concept, whole concept के कैसे चल रहा है ये. Okay, now this is expired, hence I'm not able to do this. Otherwise, once you come here, you get an option here to go to DNS settings of this. Once you go to DNS setting, there you simply have to go ahead and add ये सारे records. DNS में कुछ records होते हैं. You have to add one post record with this name, ये duration and this. A text file you have to create over there, and you have to click on verify. Once you upload it there, and then you click on verify, it takes approximately 72 hours to get it verified. Now look at this one was unverified, और अभी जो मैंने new add किया वो भी unverified में चला जाएगा, because I don't have such domain. utcloud2.com नाम का कोई domain नहीं है. utcloud.in था, ये it is verified. All these are verified, right? And this is my primary domain, by the way. ठीक है, सो इस तरह से आप इसको डोमेन को ऐड करोगे. एंड वंस यू हैव अ वेरीफाइड डोमेन, then you will be able to use your custom domain over there. Is this clear to everyone?
Yes.
When it comes to
Yes.
storage account, now let me see if our storage account has a direct option. If not, we'll have to use a PowerShell script, and then we can do that. So let's go ahead and check. Okay, I don't have any website here, so I'll go back to the our storage account where we were practicing. Okay, failover has been done successfully. We'll just quickly see this one and we'll go back to failover. So here somewhere, if we have a custom domain option, I'll be able to show it to you. तो उसके बाद क्या हो जाता है ना, सिंपली ये जो आपका नाम है यहाँ पर, इसके इसके अगेंस्ट यू कैन सिंपली यूज योर वेबसाइट्स नेम. आप डायरेक्टली अपने वेबसाइट का नाम यूज कर सकते हो, एंड वो घूम फिर के यहाँ पर आएगा. हाउ इट वर्क्स, लेट मी शो इट टू यू. How that works, normally if I have a website called UT-Kloud.in, आप इसको वेबसाइट ब्राउजर पे ये करते हो. हाउ डू यू नो कि इसका पब्लिक आईपी क्या है? आपको तो नहीं पता. आई हैव नेवर शेयर्ड द पब्लिक आईपी विथ यू, यू जस्ट हैव अ नेम. सो व्हाट हैपेंस, हाउ द डीएनएस वर्क्स, डीएनएस का एक पूरा हायरार्की होता है, राइट? जहाँ पे आई एम नॉट श्योर इफ यू गाइस आर फेमिलियर और नॉट. जिसको जिसको पता है, थोड़ा बहुत पता होगा. रूट लेवल के डोमेन होते हैं, देन यू हैव सब डोमेन्स एटसेट्रा. इस तरह के एक पूरा उसका हायरार्की होता है, ठीक है? जो देन .in, .com, .co, .in, .uk, .australia, .gov, and it's a huge list. So what happens whenever you type this one, and this one is looking like this. This URL, it looks like this, but actual में technically URL कैसा है, I'll show you. Wait. Technically this URL is like this, either HTTP or HTTPS. .co, .in, and there is a dot again. ये इस तरह से आपका एक्चुअल, ये it's not visible, आपको दिखता नहीं, but this is how it is. So this is your root domain. So the moment you type this address in your browser, ठीक है, ये डॉट जाता है यहाँ पर. That do you have the IP address for this website? यहाँ पे जितने भी DNS servers रखे हैं, they will say no, we don't have, but what I have is the IP address for .co, .in. इसका एड्रेस है मेरे पास. You go here, .co, .in, यहाँ पर आ गया. Then this query will ask that .co.in, do you have any idea what is the IP address for UT-Kloud? तो यहाँ पर वो जो है मेरा IP एड्रेस होता है, एंड देन यू गेट माय वेबसाइट. अब ये www की जगह अगर मेल होता तो देन इट विल आस्क अगेन, एक और नीचे लेवल पे आ जाता यहाँ पर. ठीक है, दिस इज हाउ यू आर गेटिंग माय वेबसाइट्स IP एड्रेस जस्ट बाय टाइपिंग utcloud.co.in, और फॉर दैट मैटर एनी वेबसाइट. आपको फेसबुक का IP तो पता नहीं है, हाउ आर यू एक्सेसिंग देन? व्हेन यू डू द facebook.com, सेम प्रोसेस वर्क्स लाइक दिस. तो इसमें व्हाट आर वी डूइंग, दैट नेक्स्ट टाइम यहाँ पर हियर व्हाट वी आर कॉन्फ़िगरिंग, वो जो मैंने कॉन्फ़िगरेशन बताया था यहाँ पर हम कहीं पर कर रहे हैं एट द domain seller's website. Okay, when you get an inquiry next time for utcloud.in, please send that traffic to my storage account, to my Azure storage account. That is how it gets routed to your storage account. Ultimately वो यहाँ पर आता है. वो जो आपने डिटेल्स वगैरह दी थी, उस डिटेल्स के यूज करके वो यहाँ पर आता है, and that is how they are accessing your website then. Though you won't get to see this, you won't get to work on this because custom domain initial stage पे हो जाता है, बहुत ही initial stage पे. जब कंपनी बनती होती है तभी custom domain उसमें already add हो जाता है. Is it clear, guys? Any doubts, any questions? So the simple answer for that, if your interviewer is asking, a simple answer is custom domain is the answer for that. Using custom domain, you can use your own website's name. Got it?
Yes.
Any doubts, any questions, guys? Okay, we have few minutes. Let me show it to you. You can go here. Though I will not be able to do any verification here. Custom domain. utcloud3.com. Save. Once this gets verified, right? See, it wasn't able to verify. Once it gets verified, then यहाँ पर automatically आपको जो है आपकी वेबसाइट का नाम मिल जाता है. Once you verify that, then throughout, not only here, उसके बाद ये जो आपके कंटेनर्स का भी इस तरह से नाम बन रहा है ना, ये सारे नाम, you will get your utcloud.com over there, or whatever domain you have given over there, you will see that. Is this clear, guys, to everyone? So no matter you go here and do the custom domain, no matter you go in enter ID and do custom domain and other services which we are going to see in future, कहीं पर भी आप custom domain करते हो, इसका concept सारा custom domain का एक ही होता है, and इसका process भी exactly same होता है. That you upload it here, यहाँ से फिर आपका वहां पर आपको जाना होगा आपके वेबसाइट से जिससे आपने परचेज किया है डोमेन. There you will have to inform that next time an inquiry comes for utcloud.com, please send that inquiry to this address. Is this clear, guys, to everyone? Yes, no, maybe. Any doubts, any questions? Guys, can you hear me?
थोड़ा सा डीएनएस का थोड़ा सा कंफ्यूजन हो रहा है, लेकिन ये कंसेप्ट तो समझ में है कि ऑटोमेटिक वहां पे आ जाएगा अपने पास में
DNS is something you
स्टोरेज
guys will
लेवल पे.
have
हाँ.
to read on your
हम्म.
own, guys. It's a huge topic. I'll still send some videos to you because DNS Azure
हम्म.
में भी है, right? It's not only related to custom domain. DNS Azure में भी है, right? And they may ask you DNS. So DNS थोड़ा बहुत आपको पढ़ना पड़ेगा. Basic DNS. Azure DNS I'll cover. Right? Azure DNS हम cover कर लेंगे. But DNS uh, it's not something which came with Azure. It's not a concept which Azure has implemented. Okay? So you will have to understand DNS, like networking के basics आपने किए थे. I taught you Azure networking. Similarly, DNS के basics आप लोगों को करने होंगे, and then I'll teach you Azure DNS. Though it's not that difficult, don't get into depth of it. Otherwise, DNS अपने आप में एक बहुत बड़ा topic है, right? But we don't want to cover that. और अब इतने questions आते भी नहीं है DNS पे, right? But DNS is must. You should understand that one. So I'll send some videos today, DNS videos. I'll do that as well. Let me just make a note of it. So once you understand the DNS, then you will understand how it is working. Okay, so I'm going to send some DNS videos. Now here, your account failover is successfully done. Now, can you see what kind of redundancy it got? ये हमारा
LRS.
GRS था,
LRS.
राइट? नाउ इट हैज गॉट LRS. इसको बाय डिफॉल्ट जो है LRS मिल गया. डिडंट इवन आस्क मी वेदर I should go with ZRS, etc. It directly came up with LRS. And now my uh, primary region has become West US. Now what you'll have to do, the next option you'll have to do is come here and go to endpoints. Share these endpoints with your app team that okay, our failover has been completed. These are the endpoints we have. Now they will make sure that they change these endpoints in their websites, coding, जहां पर भी change करना हो, they will do that, and then their application is up and running and working. Is it clear, guys, to everyone?
Yes.
Yes.
Now this is done. अब वो 2 दिन के बाद वो ये जो है आपका ये भी अप हो गया. ओके, आपका जो प्राइमरी रीजन था पहले वो भी अप हो गया. And now you don't want to leave this. Now you have recently checked कि कैसा होता है redundancy वगैरह. Now you're happy कि ठीक है 2 दिन तक मेरा ऐप डाउन रह सकता था, but just because I used redundancy, right, I used the redundancy option, GRS, इसलिए मेरा ऐप बच गया. And now you like that and you want it again, so you just can't leave it. ऐसे छोड़ दोगे वो LRS पे रहेगा. So you again have to come back here and select GRS. If you want RAGRS or GRS, it's up to you. And if you select uh, ZRS, it's up to you, whatever you want to select. But if you want anything other than LRS, you'll have to come and do that manually. If you select and click save here, now it is again initiating the redundancy. So whatever it is there in your storage account, it will again start synchronizing. And now your secondary region is your East US. Got it, guys?
Yes, got it.
And now next time when I do the failover, it will give me an option for planned as well. Because planned failover can be done only when you have done once unplanned और उसके बाद आप सिर्फ अपने प्राइमरी को फिर से प्राइमरी बनाना चाहते हो, right? Because last time when we did you guys notice that we didn't have anything in last failover time? Now we have it. So now when we try for failover, we will not be able to do it today. And now it is going to take some time for syncing again, right? It is going to take some time for syncing, so it is not will not be able to do it. But that time if you do, you'll get an option to plan. बाकी सबको same रहेगा as it is. The process will be same. Is this clear, guys, to everyone? Yes, guys, any doubts, any questions?
प्लान के लिए भी उतना ही वक्त लेगा क्या सर?
हाँ, डेफिनेटली.
अब मेरे को ईस्ट यूएस का जो है मेरा पहले तो प्राइमरी था, अब ये सेकेंडरी बन गया, तो अब मेरे को इसको प्राइमरी बनाना है तो प्लान मेंटेनेंस में चला जाएगा और टाइम वापस से फिर से
नहीं
उतना ही
नहीं
लेने वाला
नहीं
है.
नहीं, टाइम उतना ही लेगा, बट इट यू वोंट हैव अ डाउन टाइम. यू वोंट
हाँ
हैव अ
वो तो
डाउन टाइम.
चलेगा, हाँ डाउन टाइम तो नहीं रहेगा क्योंकि वो
टाइम उतना ही
ऑलरेडी
लेगा वो. हम्म.
चल रहा है.
टाइम उतना ही लेगा,
ठीक है.
बट कंप्लीट फेल ओवर वगैरह होने में टाइम उतना ही लेगा वो. बट डाउन टाइम नहीं होगा उसमें.
ठीक है.
Yes, guys. Any doubts, any questions, anything related to any topic in storage? We are done with storage. Though we have many options here, we have not covered all of them. We have covered whatever is important, whatever is basic. For example, object replication. It is very simple. You can start replication of two storage accounts. कि मैं चाहता हूँ मेरा storage account आपके किसी storage account से continuous replica होता रहे. That you can do. Right? This is not जियो वगैरह इसकी बात नहीं चल रही. सिंपल स्टोरेज अकाउंट टू स्टोरेज अकाउंट. लेट्स से आई एम प्लानिंग कि मैं सारा डेटा आपको मूव कर दूं, आपके इसमें मूव कर दूं. आई स्टार्ट रेप्लिकेशन और जिस दिन आपके इसमें हो गया पूरा, आई डिलीट माय स्टोरेज अकाउंट सिंपली. सो दिस इज जस्ट प्लेन रेप्लिकेशन, ऑब्जेक्ट रेप्लिकेशन, कि ये ऑब्जेक्ट भी वहां पर जाता रहना चाहिए ताकि. और यू शुड ऑल्सो हैव अ कॉपी. आई डोंट वांट टू गिव एक्सेस ऑन माय अकाउंट, बट इट्स ओके, जस्ट कीप अ कॉपी विथ यू. मे बी आई कैन डू दैट. इसके लिए ऑब्जेक्ट रेप्लिकेशन यूज होता है. ब्लॉब इन्वेंटरी, इट्स वेरी इजी. It's now we are just talking about 1 or 2 files, so it's easier to find something. But when you have thousands of file in your storage account, then it becomes difficult. So if you want to create an inventory, you can create an inventory here. कि ओके इस टाइप के ब्लॉब्स यहाँ पर दिखने चाहिए, ये इसको इंक्लूड करो, इसको एक्सक्लूड करो, XYZ, ये यहाँ से रिपोर्ट बनाओ, ठीक है, इतने दिन की रिपोर्ट बनाओ, ये सब होना चाहिए, हाउ मेनी फील्ड्स इट शुड हैव, नेम क्या होना चाहिए, अल्टीमेटली यू वांट इट इन डेली चाहिए या वीकली चाहिए आपको, एंड किस फॉर्मेट में आपको चाहिए ये इसका आउटकम. सो ब्लॉब इन्वेंटरी, बट एज नेम itself explains, you can have the inventory of your blobs कि कितने फाइल्स है, क्या क्या नाम है, कब से है, सारी details you can get here. Okay. We have 8 minutes left, guys. If you don't have any questions, I'll quickly explain CDN to you. Or if you have any questions, please do ask. Yes, guys. Any doubts? Any questions you have?
नो सॉल्व है।
Not from my end, Sohail, as well.
Okay. What about others, Ashfaq? Any doubts? Any questions? Is your custom domain point clear? Ashfaq, Razak?
I'll just check the videos once again and I'll let you.
Sure. Right. So now let's talk about
करेंगे भाई.
CDN. CDN, we will not be able to do the practical, but we'll quickly see the theory part of CDN. CDN, it's another service of your storage account. And the full form of CDN is Content Delivery Network, which is widely being used by Amazon, Netflix, and all your OTT platforms. They are definitely using CDN. And it's not only with Azure, it is there with AWS as well, GCP as well. They might have some other name. सबका अपना अपना concept होगा, but the CDN concept is definitely there. And most of the time, all content delivery users are using it. Now imagine that I'm sitting in India. I have created one storage account in India, and I'm uploading some videos, and people are watching those videos. But now people are watching it from Australia, people are watching it from US, people are watching it from Gulf countries, right? Now understand the latency and bandwidth which they are going to face, the slowness which they're going to face, because I'm sitting in India. Initially I thought कि यार मेरा traffic तो सिर्फ India से आएगा, so let's create it in India. And now people from India are also accessing that, and people from US and other regions, they are also accessing that, right? सो नाउ आई वांट समथिंग जहां पे मुझको ये लेटेंसी का इशू मुझको सॉल्व करने का ये मिल जाए. सो देयर यू कैन यूज योर CDN, content delivery network. So what is content delivery network? It is nothing but it is a point of presence or edge location or edge server, you can call any of these, which fetches the data and cache it locally. So if you remember, in Azure map, I had shown you point of presence, right? Azure का एक point of presence मैंने बताया था. So even if my actual storage account is in India or it is in US, what this service will do, it will fetch all the data from my storage account, and it will create another copy of it, a cache copy, not the complete whole copy, a cache copy to multiple locations, to edge locations or to edge servers. So if someone from India is trying to access, he or she will be connected to the nearest location. Someone is trying to connect from US, that person will be connected to the US location. Someone is trying from Australia, that person will be connected to the Australian point of presence. So it will kill the latency, and users will be able to access the data quickly. Without saying it goes, yes, it will have the huge cost, but at least I'll be able to give the better services. Is this clear, guys, to everyone?
Yes.
So if this is my origin data, where you see this origin, it is my origin data. So it will start syncing to edge servers, and wherever you are using it from, accessing it from, according to that location, you can you will get the services. And when you go ahead and create this CDN profile, you get few more options as well. So here I think I have not created. Let's see the other storage account. So here it is. I have created. Now if I want you to access my data, instead of my storage accounts link, I'm going to give you this link. I'll be giving you this link, and you will be able to access my data using this link. It will be very simple and very easy for all of them to access. And using this access, you can access it from anywhere, wherever you want it from. And ultimately, you will be served from the nearest point of present or nearest location. This is your content delivery network. And once you come here, you can create the caching rules कि किस तरह का data cache होना चाहिए. Compression, because you if you start saving 10 TB everywhere, you'll end up paying too much of amount. So इसमें compression अपने आप होता है. His question, like custom domain वाला question, you can add your custom domain here. कि I don't want them to use this one. इस तरह का point नहीं चाहिए मुझको. Again यहाँ पर चाहिए utkloud.com. Custom domain, you can do this. Again, DNS is needed. Once you have that, then only you'll be able to do this. So you can add custom domain, you can give that link. You can create geo filtering. This is very important here. In geo filtering, you can decide कि कहाँ से कोई data allow होना चाहिए या नहीं होना चाहिए. I am saying कि okay, my content, anyone can access my content except for some XYZ country or except for some XYZ region. Let's say I'm creating a video on Wi-Fi hacking. Okay, so I'm creating a Wi-Fi hacking. However, I know that in France it is illegal to show that video on YouTube or on any platform. So what will I do? Because I don't want any ban. My other services are running in France, right? So I do want to comply with their rules. Or China, let's say China. I want to comply with their rules, but this particular storage account should not be accessible from China. So I can do that. कि ठीक है मेरी बाकी सर्विसेज तो चाइना में चलते रहे, but even if someone wants to access this, this should not be accessible. Why? Because their government do not want to show this kind of video online. So you can achieve like this. You can block or allow something. You can block some region. All these things you can do in your CDN. But why do we use it in one liner? It's a content delivery network solution via Azure storage account. If we use that, what will happen? All the users will be access the data, the cache data, to reduce the latency and cost to you will be able to access the data from nearest edge server. That is your content delivery, CDN. Okay, so with this, guys, we finish our storage topic. Next session, we are going to start with some PaaS services, where we are going to cover identity management. We are going to cover Key Vault, web app, function app, some app services. Once that is done, then we are going ahead with our migration. So we are almost we were very uh, close to ending this training sessions. So please start revising, please start revisions, please start practical, please start reading questions. If you have any doubts, please do ask. Today I'll be sharing some videos on DNS. Go through them. I'll be sharing some tasks on storage. Please complete them, and see you guys on next weekend. Right? I'll share some tasks and some questions on today's session, and I'll be uploading these sessions today. I'll be stopping the session, guys. Only 30 seconds are left. Thank you.
Thank you.